feel like this is the collective's Valentine's song. Hi guys! This followed me into the reading. I was just about to hit play, and I was like, oh, I forgot to turn the radio off. And this played, and I was like, third time's the charm, I guess. I'm not going to play the whole song because we've already heard it twice now. But I feel like genuinely there's a connection here. I came on here to do a talk, not a reading, talking to the Divine Feminines tonight and about our energy and our journey. I haven't really talked much lately about Twin Flame journey and what I think the Divine Feminine's role is and what I learned on my own journey being a Divine Feminine. So we're going to get into that, but I feel like this is why it's coming into the reading. This song is for the Divine Feminine from the Divine Masculine, and I'm collectively picking you up. This song follows me everywhere, like literally plays ridiculous. It played, not today, yesterday, like, I think it was like 9 times my shift. I work a 10-hour shift. It played 9 times on the same fucking station. I was like, I'm gonna go crazy. I staring at the same walls and the song is playing. It's a nightmare. So I just kept doing the dance I saw in my head and then created for this song. But I was doing it in my head at work just to not stay crazy that day. So it's you. I'm vibing for you, and this is why I'm doing the chat. I'm going to turn this off. But listen to that song later if you would like. Okay, so. Alright, Divine Feminine. I guess I wore pink on the right day. I was going to do a reading, and then all day I was thinking, I was vibing about my journey and about you out there collectively as a Divine Feminine. Like, listen. I went into the wormhole of what is a twin flame and what is the role of Divine Feminine because I'm a Divine Feminine in my own connection. However, I can be a Divine Masculine in the same connection. We both swap. I don't know who my twin flame is. I'm no communication, no, nothing. I'm just saying I'm the Divine Feminine energy most of the time and that connection. So I went down the wormhole and I convinced myself like 3 separate times, this is it. I have figured it out. Veronica Mars did my research, saw all the clues, saw them wrong by the way, but at this point I thought I was a genius and I had figured it out. Divine Feminine, we all do this on the journey. You're going to have those false flames in there, but your real flame could be in there and you could still reject them because the spark hasn't ignited yet. Maybe you don't know them. Maybe you haven't even met them like me. So I have all these vibes out there for a total stranger. I could walk right by me and hopefully I'm getting good at my psychic senses that I could be like, wait. I know that feeling because I'm also an empath. But I'm also very closed off sometimes to love. So I might just walk right by me and I'll be like, fuck, what was that? And my mind's like, just forget about it. I'm still transmuting, which we'll get into as well. Okay, so I dug into the wormhole 3 separate times. Wrong. Like, what the? I'm like, I don't know what to do. I've done everything they told me to do. I have dealt with inner childhood wounds. I have done all this stuff. Why isn't union coming and who is coming? And I got so focused on that shit. Like, listening to tarot readings. I still check in with tarot readings a couple times a week. But I just randomly listen to different signs that have nothing to do with me. Just because I just want to hear how things are going collectively. I feel like it's research for my job too. Like, I noticed that I'll put up a reading and then the next day I'll go to work and a lot of their readings are pretty much along the lines of what I said the night before. It's like we're all on a collective wavelength. And whoever's on the same wavelength as me, it must come into my feed. You know what I mean? So I just feel like I said, it's research. But in this case, when in the first part of like, what is a twin flame? Oh my god, I have a twin flame. Oh my god, I know who it is, times 3, getting crushed 3 times. And then like having to have the ego death of you don't know what the fuck you want. You think you do, but you don't. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Okay, so I went down the wormhole, and then I just got to the point where it was so heavy and so intense, and I was like researching what is twin flames, how do I do this, I must have learned it wrong. Waste of fucking time, Divine Feminines. If you are on the journey, like in that phase, just, like, I know it's hard, but you just gotta stop. Because it's a wormhole that takes you further away from the truth, your own idea of what you want, and takes you further from yourself. And you should be focusing on self-love and your own prosperity. Because when you do that, the answers... I have gotten so many weird signs lately. Like, from this end of the spectrum that I'm talking about now, I'm over here. And I'm going to condense version the shit out of this just to give you the keynotes of what I feel you should know. 1, don't dig into who your twin flame is. Don't compare birth charts. Don't overly look for signs. Don't social media lurk. Don't do any of that. Both Divine Feminine and Divine Masculine do this, so don't feel like I'm shaming you, Divine Feminine, because when I do the Divine Masculine video, they're going to get the same part. Like, this is something you both do on your journey, especially if you know who the other one is. If you don't know who the other one is, I just feel like you're, like, on the web searching, in the world searching, like, who is this person? Will I know them? Like, will it be better in real life than it is in my head? Like, what is going to happen? The expectation is always there. Like, when you meet someone, like, is this? It's not like you're expecting it, but I don't feel like that feeling ever goes away of who is it? You just have to tame it, and you just have to put it away and focus on, like, I'm trying to eat healthier. I'm trying to focus more on doing work and saving money and getting ready for this move. Like, I put all the energy that I was putting into all the things that were toxic and just confusing the fuck out of me anyway, into prosperous things for myself. It doesn't have to be grand. It could just be like going for a walk every night, or writing in your journal every night and looking back and really analyzing your feelings. It could be getting out more with your friends and not being so mundane and going to work and going to sleep. It could just be subtle changes, but putting your energy elsewhere, calling your energy back to yourself is key. Stage 1, just stop doing all that and pull all that energy back to yourself, because the more you do that, the more you repel your Divine Masculine away, and the more roadblocks you put into your divine journey that you're going to have to hurdle over later. Alright, so let's go into phase 2, where the frustration and the anger and the nitpicking, if you know each other, who each other is, it's like the runner-chaser mode is what I call it. Or convincing yourself that this isn't, like, sometimes I feel like there's different areas. Like, sometimes it's out of fear, sometimes it's out of not wanting to give up freedom, and sometimes it's just fear of things being too difficult for this to come together. So what you could be frustrated about, maybe one of you wants a big ass commitment up front and the other one is like, whoa, slow down. That could be a complication in this area. It's like fighting, nitpicking, bumping heads, sexual energy, but like the passion is both fiercely good and fiercely bad if you are in union. So like if you are dating your twin flame but you're not like healed, because sometimes twin flames can wind up together, date for a while, break up, come back together, like that. That happens a lot. And then there's twin flames that just, like, literally two different worlds collide, and that happens. And then there's people that, like, meet at work, and there's your twin flame. Like, you know what I mean? There's so many different scenarios. But I'm just saying, There's going to be passion, sexual energy, frustration, ego here, bumping egos, bumping uglies. A lot of bumping going on, and it's rocky and turbulent, and it isn't meant to harm, but it transpires a lot of change, which pushes spiritual and physical growth in you individually as two powerhouse people. You are powerhouses in your own right. This is what you need to realize. Twin flames don't always and don't often come into union. It is very rare for a twin flame connection, a true twin flame connection, to come into fruition, to get past that bumpy, rocky phase, or to get that past that breakup and come back together. Sometimes they break up and they come back again in another life, but not that life. Like, it's crazy. It's not a guarantee. Just because you have one, I could just meet a soulmate and fall in love with them and have a life with them, and that's not my twin flame, but still have a good life. This is also something you need to grasp. You need to let go of the expectation that a twin flame is coming, that it's guaranteed, that it's out there for you to just grasp it. And this is something that they really push about twin flames. If you work hard enough, at some point, you have to realize if it's toxic or if it's helpful. And if it's toxic, that this is where that cut needs to happen. Be like, okay, maybe my twin flame isn't my thing. I'm just going to find love, and I don't care about labels. Like that, the freedom of that, it's like a magnet. The more you focus on yourself, the more centered and balanced, the more you allow spirit to take the reins and not you take the reins, the more destined you become, if that makes sense. Destined purpose for your work, destined purpose for your mates, destined purpose for your soul tribe. Like, everything kind of falls into place because you're evolving. You're becoming a mastery in every level of how spirit is testing you. And every time they test you and you pass, you evolve and you get something, it's just crazy how it all works. I can't explain it too much because what works for me won't always work for Divine Feminine. You really gotta, this is what they don't say about twin flames. This is 100% personal journey. This is 100% yours and authentic to you. What your journey is like is not going to be like anyone else on this earth. First of all, if you are twin flames, I feel in my own spiritual sense that you have a big purpose here. And when I say big purpose, it doesn't mean rich and famous and glamour. It means you're meant to teach something, you're meant to impact, you're meant to say something at the right time, or save something at the right time, or inspire someone artistic who whatever your purpose is, it's supposed to have a big wave and a ripple, because this is an honor. This is why it doesn't always come into fruition. You have to do the work for it to be offered. It's a gift, and you are accepting that spiritual bigness of that wave you mean to impact. So when you come together, it has to be at that time when you take it serious for cereal. And you do that damn thing confident and Emperor and Empress energy. So this is where divine timing gets into play, and we're moving into level 3, where you've gotten over the bump part of the rocky bumping heads. This is a lot when the separation happens, like breakups, and you go in your own separate corners. There's a lot of self-sabotage and anger and addiction and bad behavior and just bad choices and regret and just pain and because it's such a loss to everything about you when you lose that connection. They come into your life to make an impact, to make you change, and that change is painful. Everything about life that is better for you, it causes pain to learn that lesson. Like when you're a kid and your parents tell you that stove is hot, don't touch. And you're a little kid and you're like, okay, and then one day you touch it and you're like, well, you learned what hot is. There's pain in learning, and you never touch the stove again. The pain isn't meant to be like we think it is. We're very dramatic as human beings. The more spiritually evolved somebody gets, the more you're like, okay, the universe is not against me. This is not, I'm not being punished. But we all start in that, like, why are you against me, universe? Am I being punished? What did I do? We all start there. So don't feel bad. I'm just trying to give you some pointers. So in this third phase is where you focus like a lot of you're in separation, or you could be together and you're just working on your own things, finding the need to be more out with your friends and less time together, just like really focused on your careers and meeting career levels. It doesn't have to be a separation. It could just be like, I'm focusing on my thing, you're focusing on your thing, but we're a family unit, but we're doing our own things in our own areas. So whatever aspect it is, we can get too consumed in that freedom of loving our independence, and I feel like this is where I am in my journey. Like, I just got my freedom. I haven't even got my place yet. I move very soon, but I just, like, I got no plans. I'm not making no plans in the love department. I trust and give it to spirit. I do not expect my twin flame to ever show up. I will probably be surprised if it happens in a good way, but I'm not like, wait, my life isn't on hold about it. Like, don't put your life on hold about it. And this is where a lot of people in this third phase can get hung up. Like, alright, I'm doing the work. Divine timing should be coming. Divine timing should be coming. Why isn't it coming? Why isn't it coming? Who is it coming? Like, I got stuck in that a little bit too. But again, like I recognized from the first round, like, you can't dig into it because that's a repel. It's a roadblock. It's a hiccup. And you don't need it. So, eventually you get to the, alright, like me. What will be, will be. I got so much shit on my plate right now that love just, like, if it comes, like, that's another thing that's going to be on my plate, and I'm thankful for it, and I accept it. But, like, I just got so much going on as far as moving and getting my dog back and getting this channel off the ground. Like, you know what I mean? Focus on yourself and your own goals, and it pulls you up and it gives you that confidence, and it keeps you away from giving energy to the bad stuff. Just give it to spirit and just hope for the best and trust your heart and your soul. And that's all I'm going to tell you about the twin flame journey, because the more detail people get into it, the more it's just so fucking confusing and dreading, and the more alone you feel, and the more it doesn't make sense, and the more you feel like you're doing something wrong, or then you question everything. Like, this is very, like I said, 100% personal. Like, religion is personal. Like, if you think that's your person, don't let nobody on this earth tell you that ain't your person but you. I don't care who doesn't like it, who doesn't approve. 3D, bye-bye. It doesn't matter. When it comes to making a choice of love, I come from a 5D place. I try to counsel with my higher self and look at it from the 5D perspective, because the 3D is so much illusion and fake and nerves and anxiety and too much stuff that gets in the way. So go in spiritually and look at it from that higher evolved level. And to get there takes work. And that's where in level 3 I'm working on. I'm transmuting my personal pain with relationships, childhood trauma, which most of my childhood trauma was pretty much cleared up before my massive breakup. But, you know, there's still a little bit of abandonment triggers with the breakup from my childhood. So I'm cleaning that up. I'm cleaning up, like, any toxic feelings about relationships because of my last relationships, because I'm not carrying that into any more relationships. Like, everybody's different. They're going to treat you different. It's not going to be the same outcome. Really drop, like, basically I'm telling you to clean out your spiritual suitcase, make room for that love, and love's going to show up, whether it's a twin flame or a soulmate. You clean out that suitcase, spirit's going to work with you and what is best for you. Maybe your twin flame isn't what's best for you in this lifetime, and you need to make that choice. But teeter-tottering back and forth is toxic to you and toxic to your other connection as well. You never want to start any kind of connection with anyone if there's other people involved. You are second to no one, Divine Feminine. This is the one lesson you need to learn, especially if there's third party and karmics and you think that you could get them to... No. You are an Empress, Divine Feminine. You do not compete with anyone. You do not have to compete for anyone. You do not have to look a certain way, walk a certain way, talk a certain way. You don't have to look down at yourself in any way, Divine Feminine, because your Divine Masculine don't see nobody but you. Fuck all these Divine Feminines out here. This is my one. I got tunnel vision. Woo, woo. I don't see these. I don't see them anywhere. And if they're looking around, if they're making you feel bad, that's not an emperor. An emperor will never dim a empress's light. They glow they hover like, yes, bitch, glow and shit. I'm over here glowing too. Like, they're not over here like, let me just steal that light. That's like fuck boy, fuck girl energy. Energy vampire, narcissistic leeches. No, bye. No. I almost said bye, Felicia. I'm trying to get off it. It's getting old a little bit. But never, ever, I don't care what your situation is. If that person is married, if that person is a long-term, you walk, boo-boo. You walk and you keep walking. You do not take them back if they are married or if they are attached to anyone. You are second to no one. Ain't no man on this earth is going to love me and someone else, because I will make the decision for you. Bye. Enjoy your life. No. I don't need this. I am an empress. And this is not emperor shit. So you fell from your throne. Bye. Felicia. I just want to say it every time. I don't know, it's my thing. Anyway, I'm trying to give you, like, ego is good. You have to have some level of ego to have confidence. Pull that ego out. I am second to no one. I deserve to be someone's one and only, to have someone's prime attention. Like, what time is it? It's my boothing time. I got time for nobody else but work and my responsibilities and my lady or my man or whatever. Nobody else. No side pieces. No, you don't. Like me personally, I don't tread on no marriage. I'm a very spiritual person. That's a soulful contract that was made, and I will not back on up. I will not talk to you in any romantical sense if you're married. And I feel like you should always have that attitude, because it's such bad karma and it's just a mess. It's a mess to get involved in. And I don't care if they're married or if they've been with someone a month, it doesn't matter. Like, getting involved is, it's always going to end bad. It's going to be turbulent. It's going to be hard. Depending on where you live, the cops might be called. You know what I mean? So I would just don't do it. Do not get involved, especially if they have children. Like, do you know how many people I had in my life that disrespected my mother, and I felt came between my mom and dad's relationship? We made that person's life hell. So if you are intending to stay, that's not the best foot forward with the kids, with the stepmom, stepdad, if you feel me on that. Don't give into that energy. Like, if you love them, let them go. And if they love you, they ain't going to come back to you as unattached to someone else. They have to love and respect you enough to understand that about you as an empress, as a divine feminine. I am second to no one. I will not take an offer from someone who's got a rock or, men don't wear rock band. You know what I mean? Maybe you're a man watching. and you're a divine feminine. I ain't taking nobody with a rock. I could be vibing for you. Whatever. I don't discriminate. There's no gender here. Divine feminines. So, just own it. Like, somebody who, like, wants to take you out on dates but expects things for those dates. Bye-bye. Not an emperor. Have a nice day. No sound. No go. Run for the hills. Like, that's a sign of one, narcissism, ego, and just about sex. Somebody you kind of meet and have a one-night stand with, no go. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people are like, but I end up marrying them. But yeah, but it's not a solid. I mean, I'm not going to judge. If you follow your gut, always, always, always. Don't even listen to my mouth. If you fall in love with someone and you had a one-night stand, hey, that's your story. Claim it. Own it. But I just feel like it's a bit unstable and also a messy. Can be messy. Especially if you, like, don't end up liking the person that much. And, like, what's going to happen if they just kind of linger in the morning? I never had a one-night stand. I tried. I really tried. It was on my bucket list for the longest time. But I can't do it. Like, it's just not my thing. Casual sex creeps me out. Health class fucked me up. And other things. But anyway, so own yourself. Take nothing less than you deserve. And focus on yourself. Let them go. Allow spirit to direct you. Focus on your career. Focus on family. Focus on friends. Focus on hobbies. Focus on your body. Like anything but focusing and harping on who is my twin flame? When are they coming? What's going to happen here? Highlight, stay away from anybody in any kind of connection. You want them free as a bird, my friend. Free, healed, calm, collected, zen. Then say yes, my friend. Then say yes, 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 please. With seconds. Maybe thirds. I hope it's thirds. I hope you have a third scenario because that's sexy. I mean, that's a young man's game, so if you're younger, you could probably have one of those, 3-night runs. I'm just gonna shut my mouth. I didn't mean like 3 nights, like 3 in a row in one night. That's what I meant. Came out. Well, it made sense up here, but not to you. I'm very sorry. Anyway, I feel like that's the end of my Divine Feminine chat because I don't want to, cloud yourselves too much. My perfume fell out of my pocket. Listen, Velcro. I got labels on my Velcro. Ugh. I find labels everywhere because of where I work. But anyway, thanks for popping by. I'm going to do a little chat-see. Since I'm documenting my journey, if you're not interested in my journey, you can click off here. I saved it till the end so I didn't ruin the whole message. But stay if you like. I'd appreciate it. If not, bye. See you next time. Love you. Deuces. By the way, this is Heavenly by Victoria's Secrets, and it's Amaze Balls. I ordered a few for myself for Valentine's Day. I was running low on scents. Anyway, so I'm mad about this Velcro. It's getting stuck. Every time I move my arm, it gets stuck. I don't know what I was thinking about. I had all this idea of where to start on this. So many times I've complained about work and what I wish they would change, but listen, writing my book, that's my calling. That's my calling, that's my focus, that's my purpose. So nothing really is getting me upset, but I'm really frustrated about my creative time. I'm putting a lot of time into dance and not so much into writing, but I was dreading this moment, and I'm not going to cry. But I've been doing something since I was 4 years old, which is dance. All kinds of dance. I mean, not all the time. There were gaps where I didn't dance at all and I was doing other things. But from 4 years old, I entered dance class. I've been dancing my whole life. I'm 37. My feet just aren't good for ballet anymore. And tap and all that. I mean, I could probably do it sporadically, but I'm going to just save dancing to, like, parties. Like, random stuff. Because I just get sucked into it so much, and it's so hard, and I don't want to, like, have to walk weird when I'm old. And I don't know if you know much about dancing, but my feet hurt. I got sores on them. It's so bad. And I work 10 hours a day. So, it's like... But I'm really enjoying this last dance. And I ended up doing the one dance I was going to do with her for the Ed Sheeran song. And then I got Louis Capaldi's Bruises for the modern dance song. So I got Ed Sheeran for ballet. Louis Capaldi. I always say it like he's fucking from the mob. He's got a mob name. Like, Capaldi killed that guy. Like, you know what I mean? I just feel like it would be a good character name. Anyway, I love that song. And it's so powerful with dance, especially when it gets, like, quiet and then that powerhouse voice comes out. Oh, my God. I got some dramatic hair flipping in there. It's just really good, solid stuff. So, I'm almost done with the Ed Sheeran song. I already had Bruises done. I did that dance just kind of in my head and for fun, and then I never gave it to anyone, so I'm going to give it to her to do the modern dance, because that was kind of a surprise. And so those two, and then she needed, so we have ballet, modern, and then I already had one done for Pink's song that I love so much, Wild Hearts Can't Be Broken, and that is going to be a very unique tap performance. And when you think of that song, you don't think of tap, but ooh, boo-boos. I hope it shocks them in a good way. So I already, again, had that done. I just have to film those two. I don't have to design those two. I'm like halfway through the Ed Sheeran song, which I have to listen to it again because I tried at work and it just wasn't working. So I just close my eyes until I get really tired and listen to the song and just see the two dancers in there, because this one is two. She's got a filler. Basically, a filler is somebody who comes to your audition to play the male part, but they're not looking at the male for a student. It's usually someone who's younger, like a junior or a sophomore. So her filler is a dude for that song. She only got one filler. The rest she'll do by herself. But I'm super proud of her. She's an amazing dancer. She reminds me a lot of myself. She's 2 years healthy from a eating disorder, which she nearly died from. And it was scary as fuck. And she's a warrior. And she's doing great. She's so solid there. Like, I'm always going to worry about her, but, you know, she's solid in her support groups. Like, she's definitely way better than I was at her age. So, yay for her. Plus, she's in a more positive dance environment. Like, I talked to a little bit about stuff with her teacher as I'm sending the videos and talking about what they need. And, like, she's somebody who had an eating disorder at my age herself, and her school is very oriented around making sure that isn't a thing. So she took this girl in probably like 2.5 years ago. So that's why I'm designing for her, because she doesn't, 2.5 years, she knows most of her style, but not all of it. And so I'm just helping. I could see someone, because she normally designs for people that are like me, start at 4 years old. Now you can start at 3 and all the way up to seniors, and she'll design for them. But, you know, she just needed help here. So she's in safe hands. She gets into Juilliard. Like, that'd be her dream. That was something I really wanted to do as a kid. And she actually got an audition, and it's just going to be great. And I feel good about it. And this is, like, something that makes me feel good about retirement. Like, this is the one thing I can be like, alright, I can bow out on this. Like, but I'm also going to cry at the same time. Because dance is such a big part of my life. Like, saying goodbye to everyone. Like, don't do it. Like, they know not to contact me. Like, they've dragged me out of retirement so many times over the last 2 years. And they know, like, I'm literally done. Like, I love dance. I'm gonna be listening to music in the car and making dances in my head, or listening to music wherever I am and just creating. I'm always gonna be creating stuff in my mind. Like, that's never gonna change. I might dance in my house when no one's around, but, you know, for the most part, I'm just gonna join the rest of society as a non-dancer at events and try to close out it's bittersweet. Like, I love it so much, but I'm also ready to take my creative energy and put it really into this vision of this book and this series, and just focus the fuck on that for a couple of years. And I just put so much energy into the dance stuff for a while, and my body is revolting there as well. And I don't want to work 10 hours with raw feet. It's just not fun. It's not a good time. It was brutal. Like, all day I'm like, the blisters, oh my god. Like, I don't know if you're a dancer out there, you know. Like, I just can't wait to go inside and just take off my socks and the bandages and just be like, let it breathe for a second. But up tomorrow, back up on my tippies with those slips. I try to get a little bit in. I'm trying to break in a new pair. Why I bought a new pair when I'm retiring, I don't know. I just wanted a special pair. Anyway, I love you all. I hope this was helpful, Divine Feminine. I'm just really tired. It's been the longest week ever. Tomorrow is Friday. Thank God for me. Well, it's Thursday, but I don't work Friday, so it's Friday for me. Because we get out at 1:45 on Friday morning. So technically, I guess I work a couple hours on Friday. I'm going to probably do a makeup video at some point this weekend. I can't decide if I'm going to do the cat eye one or just a random look and see what happens. I have to find something to do with while I'm doing makeup. Like, I don't know if I'm just going to keep chats or if I'm going to, like, I don't know. There's a lot of stuff people do with makeup, but I don't want to do, like, cases. I don't want to put energy into researching because that's going to take away from my book. But I'm not going to give up on this channel. This is awesome. I got my book and I got my tarot. That's my life. That's my way, my direction. Oh, I forgot the biggest thing of all. Oh my god. So, at some point when I get moved in, I get settled and I'm steady back on filming and, you know, get my numbers up a tiny bit more, hopefully. Thank you. I love you all, subscribers. But I'm going to look for, like, a legit manager. Somebody who's going to not only help me with my YouTube channel and, like, doing all the social media sites and all that stuff. Shit is happening right now. Why are people fucking weird? It's literally 3:21 in the morning. And there's people running up my driveway. Maybe they saw the light and turned around. That was fucking freaky. Listen, fuckers. Not today. Oh my god, weirdos. Like I said, I want to find a manager, like somebody who believes in my book and my vision and knows how to get that going. Like, I'll do the writing part, and they can just work. Like, I want them to believe in me more than I believe in myself, because we're going to be a dynamic duo. I don't know if the person is out there, because I'm like really building that confidence, not trying to be egotistical, but like, this writing dance has been difficult. I've written so much stuff and like threw it out and never let nobody see it. And I could have already had a book published if I got over my shit years ago. So I got time to make up for it. So I'm like, my book is awesome. So I have to do that to be confident enough to let go and let someone take it out of my hands. But I need someone who believes in me more to know what to do with that. Like a legit manager, not like somebody. Like, obviously I'm gonna have to pay them for their services. Like, knows the web shit, knows the advertising, knows the editing. Just lets me do my creative genius and then knows where to put it. I need an organizer. I just want to be the creative person. I can't deal. I would, like, my whole life I wanted to be a director, which would be awesome. I would love to direct a movie. I could do it. I know I could, but I'm just like, no, I just want to be focus on what I'm supposed to do, and the rest of it just takes up so much time, and it takes my energy, and then I don't have energy to write or to channel, and I just need to be creative and give up control and let somebody else direct the mother effing show. And for a Virgo, do you know how hard that is to admit to myself or say out loud? But I need this manager person. I don't know who they are. I don't know where I'm gonna find them. I'm gonna move first. That's gotta be my priority. It's coming up around the corner. And, I just have to make sure I have everything I need. Make sure I save up money. I'm focusing on this diet and getting my body right. Focusing steps up. But, yes, I don't need to look for another job that's creative. I need to focus on my creative in the time. Like, I need to micromanage my time better on the weekends when I have time to write and time to do tarot, and I need to start saying no to things and be like, I'm sorry, like, I'm not coming out with you because I'm writing, or because I'm finishing this dance so I can clear my plate, or because I need to rest, or I'm doing tarot or something. Like, I just need to make sure my priorities are in check, and I just been throwing myself into dance, like putting off retirement, like not wanting to let go, but at the same time I'm ready to let go, but I'm not, but I am, but I'm not. I don't think you're ever going to be ready to let go, but I'm letting go. Just do it like a fucking band-aid. And I'm just going to enjoy the last few days of it, few weeks, until I'm done filming. I don't know how long the Ed Sheeran one's going to take, but I only have till next Saturday. So within that time frame, and then my feet will heal, and I'll never have to go through this again, and let it just be a badge of something of great importance leaving my life for a bit. I mean, it's never going to leave my life forever. I'm always going to be moving when I hear music, but, you feel me out there. Closing out a chapter and starting a new one. We'll see how it goes. I love you all. I have to go to bed. I can't believe it's 3:30 in the morning. I'm so hungry. I'm going to eat something real fast. Snooze. Love and light. See you tomorrow. Boy.